Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. I just rolled out of bed. Probably have some sleep still in my eyes, but I had to laugh because as Micah was getting ready to leave, I was telling him I was feeling nervous, and he smiled and he laughed at me and he said, "You need to change your vocabulary. You're not feeling nervous. You are feeling excited." So I'm very excited because I'm waiting for my offer letter from the place I've been interviewing with. But it was something as small as changing the words that I was using that made a difference in my state of mind, my mindset, how I looked at a situation. Nervous tends to have more of a negative connotation to it, and my body tends to tense up when I say the word, as opposed to when I say I'm excited, I can feel my body open up and I can feel energy going in a different direction. So today's topic is all about vocabulary. The vocabulary we use will help us get to the place we want to be, or it'll help us determine the place we're at. So Tony Robbins has an entire section on how important this is, and I wanted to read you guys a couple quotes and give you some examples that he's given in his book. So I'm taking this from Awaken the Giant Within, and he says, "Simply by changing your habitual vocabulary, the words you consistently use to describe the emotions of your life, you can instantaneously change how you think, how you feel, and how you live." So I am going to, let's see. He says, this was a good one too. The words that we attach to our experience become our experience. So think about it. Have you guys ever told a story about a situation that happened and maybe it wasn't that great of a situation, but you kind of just pumped it up anyway, and then it does become a good experience because you've focused on the good that's there. It's all about making our brain focus on what we want it to focus on and not the other stuff. So let's see. Does he have, I'm pretty sure he has got some examples. Okay, so you guys ready for this? We're going to work on transitioning our vocabulary. In your task, I'm going to give you this now. Even if you guys aren't commenting, I want you guys to take this to heart, and I really want you to work on this. And that is, take some of these words that you hear, and I want you to find a new word to describe them. When I was on the road trip with my mom, I noticed she was saying the word stupid a lot. And it was just a word she was using in her vocabulary. And she didn't realize how much she was using it in her vocabulary until I pointed it out, and she started catching herself on our drive. And I mean, we were in the car for like 14 hours, so 15, 16, it was a long drive. But so it's funny, she started catching herself, so we started replacing them for her. And it starts changing her, understanding her experience in all these situations. So this can be taking like even just a good word and making it extraordinary. So if you say, like a good word would be, I'm awake. I'm awake right now. And I think I said that when I started, but if I would have said, I'm raging, ready to go, it changes kind of that like uplifting feeling. If I'm saying I'm feeling alert, I'm feeling energized. I'm feeling all right. I'm feeling superb. Let's see. I like this one. I'm feeling, even like energized was that upbeat word. How about this? How about taking that to the next level? Instead of saying I feel energized, I feel turbocharged. Like, that's pretty cool, right? So let's see. I have a whole bunch of words that'll transition up. And honestly, you guys, I'll post these below for you so that you can take a look at them, because I don't want to flip through the book while we're on here right now. But yeah, so if you guys have any kind of like words that you use day to day that you need to transition out, do it, you guys. Take note of how you're talking about things today. Just be aware of the language we're using, because I really believe that sometimes we're not aware about it. And the language we use, it reinforces this fear that we get within ourselves. It, reestablishes these priorities that are off balance for us because we're not zoning into it. So everything this week that we've been doing is all about taking a couple minutes and getting to know yourself. Drinking that water to take care of yourself, writing out your priorities, figuring out what your priorities like translate into when it comes to a routine, and then making sure you're reinforcing this routine, you guys, with the words that you're using so you don't fall back into that category of fear. Talk to yourself about what's going on. Be encouraging to yourself. Be encouraging to those around you, and start listening. I took a positive discipline class when I was in Seattle, and it was geared towards our preschoolers, but it really opened my eyes to the way that we talk to people in general. And think about a little kid who is constantly being berated with, no, you can't, stop, don't do this. It's this harsh, nonstop verbiage coming at you, and your body's going to naturally shut down. And now, even if we're doing this to ourselves, you guys, we are going to naturally have that same response, and we are going to shut down, or we're going to to believe that we're not good enough, that we're ugly, that we're not fast enough, that we'll never be able to, that, that we're doing something wrong all the time. So you need to change the way you talk to yourself. You need to change the way you talk to other people. You need to be encouraging. You need to say, I got this. That's okay. Let's do this again. I feel great. I'm ready to go. I am turbocharged. I am excited. I am not stressed out. I have a lot on my plate and I'm excited for everything. I have a lot of opportunities. Like I said, I will find those exact transitional word sheets and I'll post them below because I do think it's important for us to have this in our toolbox to pull from. So today, you guys, take a look at your language, reevaluate how you're talking to yourself in your life, and let us know some of those transitions that you have going on too. Okay, you guys, have a fabulous Friday. Thank you so much for being here with us this week, and I will check in again later.